As you guys probably guessed by the title, Ziggy passed away. And it's really, really sad because he was the original creature I started this channel for. I mean, he's not as old as Casey, but as soon as I got him and doing the Vivarium builds and all this stuff, it's really taken the wind out of my sails, guys. Just losing a good, solid frog that's been part of my whole reptile thing. And I have a feeling it's my fault that he died. And so I want you guys to learn from my experience. Maybe you can see what happened as I recap his entire life, I guess, in this short video. So a couple years ago, I got him from Petco, you know, and after getting a couple other things from Petco, and they always are dying fairly quickly. Sometimes you get a good one. Ziggy was the exception. He was a good one, but he also had his fair share of problems. He always had, I don't know, like a malady growing, like a cut that kept sores and opened and leaking and then closing, and then it was always happening. So I changed the substrate and plants, and eventually it went away, and I thought he was fine. That was like a couple years ago now when I first got him. Now, jump forward to me moving him down to the reptile room. He was acting a little weird, constantly burrowed up here in the reptile room, and it was warm. So something was going on. He wasn't really eating. Definitely not in Paction, because I had tongue feed him. I want to make sure he didn't eat nothing besides the food I'm giving him. But he wasn't taking it. So after we moved him down to the reptile room, he seemed to liven up. I got some more feedings in him, but then I noticed him starting to act even weirder. Always eyes closed, head to the sky. And then his color started going out a little bit. And I live over 100 miles to the nearest tropical or exotic pet vet. So there was nothing I'm going to be able to do to be able to bring him in. So I did my research for a while, and I couldn't really figure out what was wrong with him. And then I thought, maybe it's a little cold in his tank. So I stuffed under the tank heater, because he was up here in the reptile room, the old reptile room where I'm filming. And then I moved him down to the new reptile room, and it was, I think it was just colder down there, and he wasn't used to that. And there's another story I'm going to get into later with something else that died on me too. Another thing that's my fault. But I'll start with Ziggy, because it's really sad for Ziggy. I've been trying to save him for the last month, doing the best I can. But so here's what happened next. After bringing him down to the reptile room, he put the heat underneath him. He started to come back a little bit, but I noticed he wouldn't eat really much, and I noticed he was still like bloated. And I started reading about that, and I found out that if he's squishy, he's retaining water. So, and reading, that's probably the worst thing that can happen to him, because there's not much they can do. Being in the fish hobby, I mixed a little bit of an Epsom salt bath, very, very light bath, to help him try to expel maybe if he's blocked up or something. Didn't seem to have too much effect. He did brighten up his color, looked good for another couple days. Then he started declining again, and then I did another bath, and he looked great after that bath. Made sure I washed him completely off with regular water and let him soak in regular water, but after that, he just was dead the next day. I should have saw the signs that he wasn't struggling as much when I pick him up. Before, he would like not want to get picked up. He's always trying to bite and crawl and move. He just let me pick him up. Let me put him in the bath. He just sat there in the bath, and he kind of floated, and he jiggled a little bit, which I guess looking into it was liver disease, probably caused by probably my tank being too cold for too long, and food sitting in his stomach not digesting, and just improper care that I didn't think much of him, because he's been tough. He's made it through a lot of things, and I should have paid a little more attention to this illness on him, and that's on me. I don't know if I'm going to get another Pac-Man frog. Ziggy is kind of my one. Said the same thing about Pixie Frog, but I did pick up another Pixie Frog. Definitely not getting any more pets from Petco. It could have been something else from there that traveled. It could be all sorts of things. It definitely wasn't red leg disease or any like fungal infections from far as I could tell after looking at the body afterwards. And I decided that I buried him in my pet cemetery. He was enough of a enough of a frog kid, babe, whatever you would call them to a person. They're a pet, but he was the first one for this house and this reptile channel and everything. So he got a whole burial and a little plot out back in the yard, and I'll miss that sucker so much. I always came up every morning, looked at him, "How you doing, Ziggy? How you doing, Ziggs?" And he started this channel, so losing him really hit me hard in the whole, like, do I want to YouTube anymore? But I'm gonna keep at it, guys. It's just another blow. I keep getting, this year's been pretty rough on my pets. I've lost so much, and some of it's me, some of it's them. I wish I lived closer to a better vet. I mean, I've talked to the vets up here, and he's looking into working on reptiles, you know, and stuff, but yeah, I was thinking about taking him down to the vet, actually, then a couple days later. Like, he's not getting better, and he's still full in water, but he died within a couple days of me thinking that. But jumping to the other stuff that's died on me down there, and this is me just forgetting that this happens every time, is I threw together that 30-gallon tank and I put all those fish in there, and I had figured it cycled, but it did not, and I should have saw the signs right away. A dead shrimp here, a dead shrimp there, but I was like, they're probably just shell-shocked from the change. I didn't think much of it. And then I started losing fish. It was dumb on me too. I bought a bunch of neon tetras to kind of fill out the thing, a little other fish. Of course, I bought these from Petco. I probably should never buy anything from Petco ever again, but I lost one of the Danios, and I lost Morpheus the beta. He was just going to be in there for like another month and move into his own abode. And yeah, I think it didn't cycle properly, and I lost a bunch of fish right in a row. So I lost all of the neon tetras because they're super weak, I guess. All the shrimp in there, one of the Danios, and the beta. And honestly, I think the beta might have had dropsy, because I had noticed he was acting really strange, so I moved him out of that tank, put him in a new tank, and then saw that he was not moving much, hiding in that new tank, and then one day he was just gone. I had no idea where he were, and then I went to work, and I got back home, and he was upside down, flapping, and bloated, and I was like, oh no. So I moved him into another tank, and then I quickly did a saltwater, or a Epsom salt bath to try to get him to get rid of it, but I think he swallowed something large and died. So I tried to save him as best as I could, but he died within a couple days. Everybody else had died prior to that, and after seeing them die, I moved him into another tank. But needless to say, I've had some bad luck, guys. Cycling of tanks. You gotta let your tank cycle. I forget that sometimes with freshwater. It's like, oh, just throw them in a tank. Oh no, you'll lose a bunch of fish if you're not prepared. And these fish were healthy, happy, and good. So I moved, after they had all died on me, I moved them into another holding tank while I redid the other tank. And I'll show you guys a video in the next couple weeks of that tank, how it looks. It kind of needs to grow in a little bit. It's a little ugly, but this video is getting close to 10 minutes. I just want to say that I'm sorry. I let probably some of you guys down with losing Ziggy, and he's an easy to keep pet, but man, it really sucks when you lose somebody like that. And I feel like, am I really a good herp if I'm losing pets like this? So I'm gonna take a step back and think about the whole situation, I think. But not in a bad way, a good way. I want to bring better content to you guys anyways. I haven't had time, but of course that's probably the reason I don't have time. But Thank you guys for watching. Like, subscribe. I'm Drew. I'm that frog guy, and I'll see you guys next time.